Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Shilpa, Assistant Professor, EC Department, working in Mallareddy Institute of Engineering and Technology. As a part of video demonstration, today I'd like to show the second experiment, that is a 2x4 decoder. Now let's see the program first. So the main objective of this program is to design and perform zero delay simulation of decoder using Verilog programming. As I told you that the programming language for the students is Verilog. And here I'd like to show the block diagram. Here I'd like to show the block diagram and the logic diagram. So as it is a 2x4 decoder, I am having two inputs I0 and I1 with an enable input and the following four outputs Y0 to Y3, and here is given the truth table and here is my logic diagram. Now let us see the complete program of this particular Verilog programming of this 2x4 decoder. As I told you, it starts with module followed by the file name followed by the input and output variables. So now my input variable is A. As I'm taking two input variables, I'm declaring it as a bus. So 1:0, which indicates that A is a single input variable having the size as 2 bits. And my output is a 4-bit variable, so I'm declaring it as a 3 down to 0. And always the output variables must be defined as a registers. So register is a temporary storage variable. Now it starts with always block. Now whenever there is a change in my input variable A, my code has to be executed. Now I am using a syntax with respect to case statement. So case with respect to A, for a combination of 0 0, my output must be 1110. For a combination of 0 1, my output is this. So for different combination of my inputs, I am getting my outputs. Now let us see the flow or the execution of this program by using Xilinx Vivado software. Now we are back to the Xilinx software. Now in the last video itself, we have seen what is the procedure to create the project and what is the complete flow. Now already I have created a project and I have created one decoder.v. .v is nothing but Verilog. So I have created one Verilog program file and I have written the complete code. So now we have seen the complete program just now. The same program is being typed in the Verilog file. Now let us see the execution of this decoder program. Now once after completion of this writing of the code, we will see whether there is any errors or not. Now as I told you in the previous video, if I have a green color at this corner, that indicates that it is 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now I can see yellow color code which indicates that there is one warning, but warnings can be ignored, so that is no problem. If it is getting a red, that indicates that there are certain errors. If there are errors, we need to rectify those errors. Now the next step is going for the run simulation. So now I am going for simulation part. Now simulation is a part where we are going to apply the stimulus and we are going to check the functionality of the particular design module. Now let us see. Now I have given this, okay, so now this is what is the simulation part where I need to provide my input. So my input variable A is defined as Z and my output variable Y, which is defined as X. Z indicating high impedance state, it is neither logic 0 nor logic 1. X indicates undefined or undetermined state. Now we need to provide the input. Now right click on this, go to force constant. Now since it is a 2-bit variable, I can change my radix. Either I can use a hexadecimal radix or I can go for a binary. So let us give a combination of 0 1. So my A is a 2-bit variable, so it can take 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 combination. So for checking purpose, I am giving a force value as 0 1. So click on OK. Now go for run. Now I am getting it as D, which indicates that 1101. So if my input combination is 0 1, for a combination of 0 1, my output is 1101. According to my program, when I go back to my program, for a combination of 0 1, so for a combination of 0 1, we can see this line. If my input A is 0 1, my output must be 1101. So that is the same thing what we are getting in the simulation window. So this, change it to binary. So if my input combination is, just a moment, if my input combination is 0 1, A is 0 1. If my input combination is 0 1, my output Y is 1101. So this is how we are going to check the simulation part. Now the next part is RTL analysis. So in the last video itself, we have seen what is RTL. RTL, which stands for register transfer logic. So which will convert my equivalent code into equivalent hardware. So it will give an idea about what are the different hardware that is being utilized with respect to our coding. Now let us see the equivalent hardware in this. So it will take some time, so we have to wait because every step is a time consuming process. So we have to be patient in order to execute that particular step. It's almost done. So we are going to get the equivalent hardware logic diagram. Yeah, so with respect to our this thing, so this is what is the equivalent hardware. So for the given code, so this is what is the utilization of our hardware. So that we can see with respect to the RTL analysis. Now the next part is synthesis. As I told you that the synthesis part where we can see, able to find out what is the power area utilization and timing, what is the hardware utilization, everything will come to know with respect to the synthesis part. Now it is a time consuming. So at the top right corner we can see that a circle is rotating, which indicates that the process is running. So we have to be patient until the complete process is done. So after completion of synthesis, we can able to get the power report, timing report, utilization report, and many more. So now we are done with the synthesis. So we can get the pop-up window where we can see the open synthesized design. When we open this synthesized design, we'll able to see the chip layout. So now let us see the complete chip layout and the module where it is being placed. So now this is what is the chip layout. In this particular chip layout, so this is where a pink color box we can see. So this is where our design module is being placed. So that is what is the synthesis diagram. And here we can see the power report. So when we click on this report power, now we will able to get the dynamic and as well as static power. So it is giving a dynamic power of 0.974 watts dynamic power, and as well as the static power, which is 0.094 watts. So this is the power report. And if I want to get the synthesized schematic, so this is what is the synthesized schematic. And similarly the students will be able to see the utilization, that means the hardware part, how many input output blocks, bonded, LUTs, lookup tables, everything we will come to know. So this is where the complete synthesis part. So the students will be doing simulation, RTL and synthesis. Thank you.